Okay, we are back, and that first layer of white and glaze has fully dried, and it looks like everything's pretty well sealed as far as our texture. So we're going to go ahead and start applying some very light coats of color. And with this, I'm going to start with a Payne's Gray. This is a deep, actually it's not really a gray, it's more like a very, very dark blue. I'm starting with the damp sponge, just one of my small cellulose sponges. I'm going to wet the area I'm working in a little bit. You can mist it or just run a light brush or sponge with water over it. I just want a little bit of movement, because if you don't wet your canvas a little bit, the paint will tend to sort of grab onto it, and you can't move it around as easily. So I'm working here in one dedicated section first before I move around the rest of my canvas. And since this is a painting that kind of moves upward, we're starting at the bottom. So I am going to apply a little Payne's Gray and then just pick it up with my damp sponge. And see how dark that is. It's quite intense. And I'm going to work just in small circular motions, very lightly, because we don't want to disturb that paper and that texture that we laid down. And if you don't seal it first with that last coat we did, or if you start really rubbing and digging on this, you can lift and cause holes in that texture. So we want to be very careful about that. And while you have this color down, just sort of move it around in various areas. Make sure you blend it as you go. And that's one thing, that the other side of your sponge is sort of your eraser or your blender. And you can really turn it upside down, blend those edges, because if they dry with a hard edge, it's going to be a little harder to come back and cover those up. So you might as well do it right now. But don't worry about it too much at this point, because we're going to be laying down quite a bit of color, and some of the edges aren't going to matter. I just like to kind of remove the obvious circles. All right. So we're not using any medium yet. We're just sort of laying down our base here. And I'm going to move more toward the center here. Add a little water and then just lay that color down. And as you know from the final painting, it's quite a melange of colors. So right now, just put down a little base across. We will be adding more of this as we go. And it gets a little more of a free-form feel, where you can add your own little, artist instinct to the artwork and not copy it directly. If you feel like something is working on your canvas that I don't have, go ahead and go with it, or vice versa. Add something that you think you need. If I don't have it, doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and add it. All right, so I'm going to move down to the next end here. Pick up this, my final amount, a little bit of water, and work toward the edge here. This is, again, very light hand, just sort of rubbing the paint on in small circular motions. I find one of these little cellulose sponges works best for this. You can use, of course, anything you like, but they're very inexpensive and they just tend to work the best for this particular technique. Now when you get over some of the more rough areas of texture, you'll notice it wants to pull a little on your sponge. So just lighten up your touch a little more water. And if you have a little more water over that area, that will help that paint just flow over that texture a little bit more lightly, so you don't have to press as hard. And I can't stress enough not to press hard on this texture, because it can lift if you're not careful. I'm bringing this up in this one peak where I put some texture to get some movement up in this area, because it kind of flows up this way. We're going to be going over all of this, so don't stress out too much at this level. If something's not looking quite right, you can cover it up. You can really finesse this in one of the next layers. Just make sure you keep enough water on your sponge. You don't want it sopping wet, but you do want a fair amount so that that paint will flow on your canvas. And at this point, since we don't have much paint down, if you need to, you can, just apply a little bit of water. Be careful on applying water, because you see my little spots that are developing there. If you spray over paint that's been laid down, you will get little water holes. Again, at this layer, we're not that worried about it, but I would make a practice not to do that, because if you get in the habit of doing that, eventually it's going to come back and bite you on one of your paintings or one of your layers. So I'm blending and adding and removing with a very light hand. And I'm going to let this dry really well. Once we get this layer done, I'm just laying sort of the base color down. I want some areas of light, because you don't want just a swatch of darkness here. This is going to be where there's light and depth in different layers. So I think I'm pretty good with this right now. I'll be deepening up some of these spots a little more. You can press some of that paint that's grabbed into your sponge and work a little depth. Once you have a good light layer down, then you can go ahead and add that a little more depth, because these sponges do obviously absorb. They are a sponge after all, and they will absorb that paint. And if you kind of just squeeze it out a little bit, it'll be able to be applied. Once you've got your good sort of light base and pattern down, where you've decided your light and your depth is going to be, then you can go back over the depth areas and apply a little more color. But I always think it's best to lay down your first zone of light and depth, decide what's going to be what, and then you can come back and deepen it up a little. And if you find you're doing, this and it's starting to remove and cause some issues, just stop, let it dry really well, and then come back into the next session and apply more. This is definitely a beautiful painting when it's done. It's very translucent, has movement, it has layers of color and light and darkness, but it does require patience. You're not going to get this with just, taking a brush or a palette knife and whipping out a painting in 20 minutes. This is definitely something that's going to take a little time and effort. But once you get done, it is worth it when you do that. All right, so we have our first layer Sometimes sponges will tear apart little bits, so make sure that you've wiped all those off. You can go over it with a quick blow dryer just to blow any bits of cellulose or anything off that might have fallen from your sponge, because you really don't want those to dry in your artwork. But I would just, you know, no hard edges, keep everything soft, fluid all the way around, make sure everything is blended fairly well, and then you can let it dry, and you can be confident that you have a really nice first base down before we start layering more colors. Okay.